Kristina's dad is frantically searching the house. It's not like her to suddenly go off the grid. Not especially without telling her family or friends that she's going to be gone. And it's so random. She didn't even pick her daughters up from the nursery. And they're literally her whole world. I mean, from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to sleep, the two girls are her entire life. But her husband, Thomas, fake name, is claiming, no, she disappears from time to time. She'll come back later. I'll give you a call when she does. To which Kristina's dad knows something is off. So here he is, opening every single door in her house. Where the heck is she? And for the oddest reason, he keeps getting drawn back to the laundry room. I don't know if it's because of that pungent smell that keeps coming out of there, or if it's because of that random black garbage bag just sitting on the middle of the floor, and that's when he notices it. The strand of blonde hair sticking out from the bag. The blonde hair, her blonde hair, that are still very much so attached to her scalp. Hi friends, welcome to Sunday Sips with Safa. Today we are going to be covering the awful murder of Kristina J. We will be touching topics such as DA, decapitation, and the extent of her brutal injuries. This case took place in Switzerland, where both the victims and the perpetrators' identities are concealed from public. Except in today's case, Kristina's legal name was provided. She's a well-known former model, a Miss Switzerland finalist, and a highly ranked catwalk coach, so of course I must honor her for the life she lived. But because I would rather focus on the story more, we're just going to do some good old water. So please grab your water and let's get started. February 13th, 2024. Kristina's dad opened the black garbage bag with the golden blonde hair sticking out of it. Hoping for it to be a prank, he unfortunately encountered his beloved daughter's severed head, which no parent should ever have to see. I can't imagine the types of emotion this man is going through in that moment. He would have never found it if Thomas had just picked his daughters up from the nursery. Of course, Thomas couldn't. He was too busy in his kitchen that when his father-in-law showed up out of nowhere, he was caught off guard and forgot to tidy up. A blessing in a disguise, if you ask me. Kristina was a force to be reckoned with. Since her era as a former Miss Switzerland finalist, she worked incredibly hard to create opportunities for other aspiring women. The 38-year-old had been catwalk coaching businesswomen, celebrities, and models for almost a decade. And on her days off, she would spend time with her own two girls, breathing fresh air, or taking them to hang out with her peers. Honestly, a girl's girl, a loving and devoted daughter and mother, that's who Kristina truly was. So it was a huge shock when news broke out on February 14th that Thomas had been arrested as a suspect in her murder. During a crime reconstruction, 41-year-old Thomas broke down and confessed he killed Kristina in self-defense. He claimed that she attacked him with a knife, so he protected himself and ended up dismembering her in a panic. Right, because that is so normal. You defend yourself by sneaking up behind someone, strangling them, and then cutting them up with a jigsaw, knife, and garden shears, decapitating them. And then you put pieces of the person in a blender, puree them, and dissolve them with chemical solutions, all while watching YouTube. I guess we have two different definitions of self-defense. From multiple sources, it seems as though the two were actually happy and in love until Thomas launched his business in 2022. Whether it was the lack of success and growth or just the sheer jealousy watching his wife become more successful than him, Thomas' temper grew. He allegedly became verbally and physically abusive towards Kristina, slamming her wall into the head or grabbing her by her neck, with sources stating that the final trigger for Thomas was her allegedly wanting to divorce him. During a psychological assessment after his arrest, investigators noted that Thomas had lack of empathy and cold-bloodedness after killing his wife and displayed sadistic psychopathic traits. And as of right now, Thomas has been denied any bail and will be held until his sentencing. But all I can think is of her family. Her poor dad having to find his sweet little girl like that. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. And her 2 little girls, oh my god, I can't imagine that they're gonna grow up and learn eventually what happened to their mother, and that the person that was responsible was their own father. I feel like as society, we should definitely do better on controlling our anger and emotions. Or, I mean, honestly, this was a little too calculated. I don't think Thomas had a spur of the moment. It's definitely not self-defense, but I also don't think that this was like a last minute decision that he made to just hurt her. Because let's be clear with ourselves for a second, okay? He had 3 different types of tools that he was ready to use, including a 4th tool being a blender. And he had chemical solution that he was dissolving her in. He dismembered her body. He knew he had all the time in the world to be able to sit and do this. So I definitely think it was premeditated. There's no way this man just woke up one day, got in a fight with his wife, and decided, you know what, I'm gonna do all of that. That is not... Where in the world did it come up with self-defense? I'm so confused. Does he really think that's gonna work? And if it does work, I'm gonna be so baffled. What the heck? I hope justice is served for Kristina, and I pray her family heals as time goes on. That her daughters grow up to be just like her. Headstrong, powerful, and their feet grounded as though they're one with the earth. This case is still ongoing, so we don't really have a verdict for Thomas yet. But it's clear cutthroat that it's guilty, but I guess maybe there's more evidence that we're missing? I doubt it. But I will do my best to update you when we get one. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.